Hello everyone. Today we'll be solving number 27 in Leetcode, remove element. This is not that hard of a problem, so I encourage you to try to solve it after I explain it. I'll give you a chance to switch from, or pause my video, basically. So basically, this problem, you're given an array of nums, and an integer, val. You want to remove all of the instances of nums, or val and nums in place. So that means you can't create a new array, you have to use the initial one. You can change the number of elements, or the order of the elements. And you want to return a number, which is the number of elements in nums, which are not equal to vals. Call that k. And this basically just says it the same way again. So we need to explain to you a different way. Except for this is new. Return k. You have to return the value, not the array, which might trip up some of you. And that is basically it. There are a number of ways you can do this. There's probably a two-pointer solution, but I didn't solve it. Because basically what you can do is nums. This is the array. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Val equals, let's say 3. There probably is a way to solve it via like a pointer solution. Not sure if it's two pointers, where you just go through it and you can set this to 1, this to 2, and this to 4, and then you delete 4, basically. That is not how I solved it. I solved it in an easier way, but yeah, you basically just change the nums 2 equal to 4, and that will overwrite the 3, and then you'll have 4, 4, and then you can delete everything after that certain point. So yeah, that's one way to solve it. I didn't solve it that way, but if you guys want me to solve it that way, I can try that. There's also inbuilt methods you can use with Ruby or Python to just delete the value from the array. That's how I solved it. But in your interview, maybe they'd ask you to solve it the way that I just showed you. So it might be a good idea to solve both ways. Basically, that's pretty much all the explaining you should need. So I'm going to show my code now. There might be a little bit more to it, but like the edge cases. But try to solve that on your own, because in the interview no one's going to be telling you that. Except maybe your interviewer. I'm going to show my code now. So pause it if you want to solve it. Alright, I solved it. Here's some more test cases. I solved it over here. I'll show the Ruby first. It's a pretty good solution, pretty easy solution. The execution is, it's okay. Memory doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, 210 versus 211, I don't think anyone's going to care, honestly. Might be a little more efficient to use one of these, but shouldn't stress over that, it's so small. And for this one, it's fine. It's not great, it's not terrible. Maybe if you use the pointer solution, you'd get better execution. So I'm going to copy and paste my code in. This is basically just checking for edge cases, like I mentioned before. If the number.count equals 0, then you return 0. And if it equals empty array, then you return 0. And if it has a length, you delete it. You delete val and nums, basically. And this is like Python, while val and nums, which is a loop, delete nums. I all solved it that way before, but this way is a little more, it's just a different way of writing it, basically. And then you return nums.count, which is just length, basically, nums.count, but it's for arrays in Ruby. You use count instead of length. Might give you an error if you use length. Let's see if, I'm pretty sure this won't work, but let's just see if I can remove this line, because technically count might equal 0 if it's empty array. I'm not sure though. Test cases ran. It's probably gonna fail, I think. Oh, it worked. See if it's better or worse. So it took longer. Yeah, because it skips it if it's equal to the array. So actually having the edge case is better in there because it reduces the runtime. Because basically if nums equal this, then it will go down here and execute. It'll try to delete all vowels and then return it. It's actually quicker if you don't do that. It doesn't need the processing. That's why the runtime was better. So it was like this, I think. That's basically the solution. Also the Python now that I wrote previously, which is basically what I wrote before. Nums equals, so if it equals empty array, you return 0. While val and nums, you just remove val. It's a loop basically. K equals 1. What does that do? Oh, that's the value of the total number. So this is just counting it up, which is not the most efficient way to solve it. Let's just try to see if we can make it better. You don't need to actually count like that. You can just do length. I solved this one a long time ago, I guess. Let's see if we can make the execution better. This is a very small improvement. No, it's not written like that. It's written like this. Seems to work. So let's see. This one is 77, this one's 43. So the for loop was actually better. I guess calculating length is more resource efficient than, or resource inefficient than just doing a for loop, which is interesting. Could have just been random chance though. Sometimes Leetcode just gives you random, like you know, random problems. I'm gonna look at the Ruby now for the other people solutions, see if they're better or worse. The hell, there it is. This is a 2-pointer solution, I think. Is this Ruby? Yeah, this is Ruby. Delete that. Man, I gotta learn 2-pointers. And nums.reject. It's a bang method. This is a good way of solving it. I didn't know about this method though. It sets it to this bang method. It sets the original array with this conditional. So it deletes all the stuff out. Let's see how this performs. So this was 146. Mine was 180. This is actually worse. It's a nice two or one liner, but the efficiency is actually not very good. So yeah, it's hard to make it efficient in Ruby. I think the people doing Ruby problems are very good at Ruby, so they know exactly how to optimize it. See which one has the high views. Oh, then this is just a loop, basically. Yeah, this is what I said before, the way he solved it. He sets the number. I don't know how he's... Let's see if this works. Oh, he returns J. So his is inefficient too. Interesting. I wonder what the efficient solution is. This one's actually a little better than mine. Worse in memory, which doesn't matter. Better in runtime. Actually, my best Ruby solution was better. 72 seconds. So, I guess mine is efficient. That's all for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Catch you later.